Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of another new special guest as well, Dima. Hi Dima,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
I'm
Happy
really
to be here.
happy to have you in my podcast.
Thank you for
Actually, we
inviting
just
me.
met with Dima. We connected online through LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and then we decided that we can do a podcast together because I think your story, it appeared to me accidentally about you getting the Dutch passport.
Yes, yeah.
And I found this interesting. And then I clicked your profile, and it's also that you're a storyteller. So I thought, okay, maybe Dima, might be interested
Yes, yeah,
in
thank
Talks
you.
and Cakes. Really,
Thank you for inviting me.
yeah, you're really very welcome. And I am waiting to get to know Dima more in our podcast,
Yeah.
so I don't burn stuff. So, so Dima, I just first again, like I saw your story about you getting the Dutch passport after the asylum seeking process and stuff. And I think I found it really interesting. And for me, I'm activist in the social justice stuff and advocating for people. I didn't have a refugee status, and I'm very hesitant. I already told you that 4 years in Europe, I could have the opportunity to seek asylum, as a Palestinian, but I'm really very hesitant. Even until today, if I don't get a residence, I'm just willing to leave rather than to go in the seeking asylum process. But I know that you're also activist in human rights stuff, and it's really very for me, these are things that I'm really passionate about and to share with the people, especially in our countries, how we as girls going through tough experiences, we become who we are today.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to share really more about how was maybe the experience of seeking asylum and then getting the Dutch passport. Whatever you feel you would like to share about this.
Thank you again for inviting me. And I'm happy to be here. So I'm Syrian, and as I think all people know, in 2011 we have a revolution against the regime in Syria, and then the revolution was faced with a very brutal reaction, oppression, killing, detention, or whatever. And at a certain point, living in the country was not possible anymore, especially for my family. So we decided to flee, actually. So we went first to Egypt. I lived there for 5 years, also as a refugee, but being a refugee in Egypt is different than being a refugee in Europe.
Of course.
And then in 2017, I came to the Netherlands with my family. And when you came to the Netherlands as a refugee, you start your journey in something called ASAC, which is the Refugee Reception Center, something like that. And it's quite an interesting experience, let's say, because you will be in a big building with other refugees from Syria or other countries. And it depends on the location that you're in. Sometimes you will be in a place where it's isolated from the
center.
From the center, exactly. So you will have an ASAC in the middle of a forest. It will be really difficult to go to the supermarket or to even talk with people, to local people, I mean.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could be lucky and you could have some location where it's really in the middle of the city. And that was the case for me. My first ASAC was in Utrecht. And it was kind of in the middle of the city. And I was really lucky, to be honest. And I think it's a privilege that I was able to have that experience. I really when I look back at that time, it's just it's a mix of feelings, because suddenly you are stuck in that place, and there's not much that you can do. You're just waiting. You're waiting for a decision, let's say.
Yeah.
And after you get the decision that you can stay here, you will wait for a house. And for my case and for my family, I mean, we stayed for almost 2 years till we get the house.
Waiting for the decision.
Yeah. And during this time, you cannot do much, because you're still, you feel kind of that your life is on hold.
And can you work or no?
I think you can, but it's a bit difficult also, because as a refugee, you come here, you still don't know the system. you don't know the language, and you don't know where to go. So
Yeah.
and there's not a lot of assistance from the as I say, from the people there
Right.
to help you to find a job. I think for them the priority is to learn the language, which is understandable, but also, yeah, it's difficult because, for example, for me and my family, I was sharing with my other 5 siblings, one room.
The same room.
Yeah, and
For 2 years.
oh yeah, almost 2 years, yeah. And then you share the kitchen with the rest of the people in the floor. So, and also you don't have any privacy because the people who run the, as I say, they call the COA, they are the one who is managing the place. So, for example, they could just like, yeah, I don't know, in a certain point, enter your room to check something. If you get loud a little bit, they will get involved. I don't know, like in general, you don't feel that you're in control of your life. And
Also, like losing the privacy.
yeah,
or
totally.
maybe,
There's
like,
no privacy whatsoever.
Yeah, no, really.
I mean, also like to share it with my siblings was not really fun.
Yeah, I know that.
It was not fun.
Are they younger or like older?
I have only one. He's older than me, and the rest were younger.
Yeah.
And you know, like you fight over the simplest thing. Like I want to turn off the lights, they want to turn on the lights, and this type of things. So it has been, yeah, it has been tough. But also at the same time, as I said, yeah, I was lucky that I was in that place because there have been a lot of initiatives from the local to try to introduce us to to integrate, to get to know the Dutch society a bit more. And it's actually the place where I met my husband.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this is it.
So, and he was also part of one of the initiatives. So that was
so he was
very
like
nice.
really pro supporting the asylum seekers.
Yes,
work
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really hard. Like I told you, I'm really hesitant about thinking about this, how I would go through this process. Like, yeah, I think I got used to the idea that living without my family, but still, maybe just to be like on the system and waiting, and so many things you cannot do.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, even like your status, that how you're looked at, you know, like in the, like how much independent you can be in the situation. You know?
Yes, yeah, I totally understand that. And it's already there is a lot of bad labeling about being a refugee, and in the media, and now in the politics. So I can understand like why people would be like hesitant to go through this process.
But maybe you didn't have any other choice.
Yeah, to be honest, we didn't, and yeah, it's actually part of, I would say, like the curse of being Syrian.
Yeah, maybe say being Palestinian.
Yes, I think you can relate. Because I mean, in a certain point, I think after the revolution and the situation gets worse in Syria, countries just close their borders against us, and then our passport start to be like worthless. And so in a certain point, if I want to be able to live in a proper way with dignity, I had to flee, and I had to also come to a country where I can eventually maybe have the passport, because unfortunately, and I don't like that, but it's reality that if you have a passport from like a strong passport,
then
your life would be easier. Exactly.
Yeah. Same. Really, I also like was really like I don't want another passport. I want to ensure to the world that Palestinians are like they have a state and they are like independent. I don't need other passport because we should end this discrimination that's based on the passport. But no, I think after 4 or 5 years dealing with a visa, I'm tired. Like I cannot. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. And as you said, like it happens at the airport.
Yeah.
At the border, when you're here, even at work, you know, like, I don't know, maybe it happens with you that some opportunities, they want to hire you. You really qualify. You're very good to the position, but they will ask you where you come from. Because if you have a Dutch passport, then you can travel easily, then we can hire you.
Yeah.
But if you are with a different status, no, sorry, we apologize.
Yes,
Because we want someone with the freedom to travel.
Yes, and it's totally valid, to be honest. So that's why I can understand why refugees will be like, we want to go to a country where we can obtain a passport at a certain point. And
how does it feel to you now after having the Dutch passport?
awesome.
I know, I know that you struggle. I think you said like
Yes.
8 years.
Yeah. So
for you to
normally,
wait for this.
normally Syrian refugees in the Netherlands will be able to get the passport after 5 years. They need to finish like integration exams. Yeah, I think that's basically the only requirement, and then you can have the passport. In my case, I was born in Saudi Arabia. My parents left Syria at a certain point to, I think a lot of Arab parents did that to improve their financial situation.
Yeah.
So they go to Saudi and other countries, and then I was born there. So when I came to the Netherlands, they asked me for my birth certificate, and they want the one that I can obtain from Saudi. And here comes the struggle. So as a Syrian, I couldn't visit Saudi Arabia. And when you come to the Netherlands, you could apply for a travel document. And then I wanted to use it to go to Saudi Arabia to obtain my birth certificate. But then the Saudis has new rules where they don't give visa for the travel document holders.
Yeah, you need a passport.
Exactly. And I went to the municipality many times trying to explain the situation. So you ask me basically to go to a country and to get this paper, but I don't have the proper documents to travel to that country. So what should I do? And it's been a lot, to be honest. And after 8 years, as I said, I was able to find a solution and then to get the passport. And I felt awesome, to be honest, because I felt I felt free. And it's free that I can travel, but also during these 8 years, the government in the Netherlands repeated many times that they planning to deport people.
Yeah, of course. I really hear it always in the news. And whenever things get, how we say it, like tight in Syria, the first thing they talk about is the Syrians in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I send them back. And for me, that was like a nightmare. And that was my constant fear. Yeah, exactly. Like, oh my God, what if? I know it's difficult. I know maybe it will not happen. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But when you hear someone repeatedly on social media, also like in the parliament here in the Netherlands, saying that, our main obstacle is refugees and we want to send them back. We want to change the rules. Syria is safe now. You need to go back. All this type of things. Yeah. And you start to get scared, genuinely scared.
And what about like 12 years that the Syrians have been in the Netherlands and like working, actively working, they established life. I don't know, like they healed so many things. Also to be displaced again. It's really like the idea of displacing people regularly. It's just like
it's really tough. I mean, I love the Netherlands. I love the people here. They're really nice people. And as you said, we worked here. We have a life. We have friends. So it's strange to feel like, I need to move. And again, if it's something that I decide to do, then maybe it's fine. But then if I am forced to leave, that's
really
worse.
difficult.
It's like similar what I experienced when I was in Syria. I was forced to leave because I had no option. So I feel the same. So for me, when I get that passport, it was for me like, this is kind of like an assurance that I can stay here and that I will not be deported.
And now you're like a recognized
yes,
human.
And I can vote.
Yes.
I can vote.
Oh, that's really nice. So now, like, if you have the citizenship, you can also have the similar rights to the Dutch.
Yeah, exactly. So
is it same complete rights, or it would still be some things that you can?
I think it's same, totally, completely the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it feels good, to be honest, and I really feel like all people should have this opportunity.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I also noticed that you linked your study to your experience. This is how I read it, like that you have experience with the law, with the international law, with the human rights and all this.
Yeah.
So did you really mean to connect your your personal experience to your field of study or field of work?
Yeah. So when I came to the Netherlands, I was thinking all the time, like, here is the country of human rights, and we have the international courts and all these NGOs that work on human rights and stuff. So I was thinking, this is like the perfect place to advocate for Syria and for accountability and justice. And that's why I felt like, I need to study that. I want to study international law and see if I can contribute to
your people, to your country.
Exactly. And I think, to be honest, it comes from, like, psychologically, I think it's come from the feeling of guilt also, because I think
you feel like you're a survivor.
Yes, yeah. I think a lot of Syrians have the same experience, where we feel like we were lucky that we fled and that we have the opportunity to be in a safe country. We do have a lot of opportunities, a lot of blessings, to be honest, to be in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So we do have this guilt, and we feel all the time that we need to give back to the country, to Syria. And I think for me, my way was my way was studying international law. Even like I focused, even in my thesis, in my bachelor, in my master, on Syria. And then even when I graduated, I was like, okay, I will look for a job that focus on Syria. To be able to feel that, yes, I am outside, but I still can do something and I still can contribute. Yeah,
I think this is like very valid, and it's very true, like when we are here, because we are getting the basics for our life that we were missing in our own country.
True.
Then we think, next what can I do for the people who are there? Because it's really the guilt that the guilt that eats us.
Yes.
Of having really just our basic, like it's also with the struggle. It's not really like we get our basics very easily.
True.
Like all the safeties easily. It comes really with the struggle, like so many years of, adjusting to a new environment. It's not really our environment.
Yeah.
You're also being far from the place where you grew, maybe like from your extended family. I feel like Arab is really connected to our extended families.
Yeah.
It's really nice that we are with our small family, but also we're connected to our uncles, aunts, grandparents.
Definitely. I visited Syria in May, and I was like, after 13 years, I met my uncles again, my cousins and nephews, and it was like amazing. And I was really sad, sad and happy. I would say, like, happy because I met them again, but I was really sad because I felt like I missed a lot by being away from them. Like, because it's 13 years, and then when I left, we were so we were like, I was 17 or something, and now almost like 29. So it's like it's a lifetime. So it's to see my cousins who used to be like very young, and now they are like
they're grown. And
So it was sad to feel like, I missed a lot, and I feel bad about that also. Like, this is what it takes, like, to be outside of your country. As you said, like, it is blessed to be around your family and your extended family.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You also mentioned that you have been to Syria, and I know it's really recent. Okay. Do you like? I know that we have to keep hope, no matter how difficult the situation gets or how complicated it would become. We are still hopeful because we can never lose hope.
Yeah.
But how did you see the situation after the fall of the regime? Just from your own perspective.
Yes,
It's kind of like, I don't know, I think about like we got freedom here, but also now Syrians, also they feel they got freedom back in Syria. Yeah. How like this freedom is seen? Because I think there is this like image, there's two pictures for what has happened.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, when the...
Also, we can take the tea.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, when the regime fell in December, it was like a dream. I couldn't believe it.
Really?
I really couldn't believe it.
One night.
Yes, yeah. And for me, when I left, the regime was like, I would say strong, but I was also, I don't know, like there is checkpoints everywhere. You see the flags and the picture of the president everywhere. Yeah. So in my head, that's the last picture of Syria. And I couldn't imagine a situation where everything is gone and where the situation is different. I don't know, for me, it was really, really difficult to process all this. I was celebrating, I was so happy, but it's still in my brain, like how?
It doesn't feel real.
No, it does not. And also I was having a lot of fear, like what if something changed? What if in one night, I don't know, they are back? I know it was like unrealistic, but I did had, to be honest, like nightmares about it. Yeah.
It's a shock.
Like what if I went there and the regime came back? I don't know how, but like that's, I mean, to that extent, the regime was like oppressing us, and they like implant this fear inside us that they will never go, that they will stay forever.
This is the oppressor psychology.
And they, to be honest, they succeed in that. They did, they did succeed in that. So when I went in May, I think that was the moment where I was like, oh, okay.
They're not there anymore.
Yes, like, yeah, it is reality now. When you go there and you see like the green flag everywhere, when you see that they are like destroying the pictures of the president, when you see checkpoints, but it's now with the new people, and they're really nice, to be honest. So it was like the way they were treating us, and so I went from Jordan to Damascus, and so at the Syrian borders, I was crying. Like I was like crying like a baby.
It's
I was
really heavy.
For me, it was like not understandable. And the guys there, they were like, "How long you have been away?" I was like, 13 years, and they were like really nice. Oh. And in my brain, still like, why are so nice? Like that's weird. We're not we're not used to that. I'm not used to that. No. But yeah, when I get there, I mean, it's really sad. The country is destroyed. It's basically destroyed. Yeah. Economy is really bad. They don't have the essentials like water, electricity, schools. I mean, there's a lot of schools that have been destroyed. So you have a lot of students who don't have a place, like we don't have school to go to. The economy in general is really bad. Also, I mean, it's obvious, like, the war will affect also people and how they think and how they see each other. So also you can see that in a very clear way. I think a lot of people now are normalizing with the violence and I would say, I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like people are less sensitive to violence
because they have been under this
exactly.
pressure for so long. You know, like I feel like if I put someone in the room and they keep beating them up, just their body will become numb.
Exactly.
So It's really sad.
It's really, I think once I was with my family in the cafe in Syria, and then we start to hear some clashes, and we were so scared, and we were looking around, and everyone in the cafe were like, they're chilling, and they were fine, and we were asking, and they were like, yeah, it's fine. It's like, like, and then I felt like, wow. I mean, for them, because they have been through this for a long time, now they're used to it. And now also because I think they have, they know that the regime is gone. So for them, it's fine. Like these clashes probably, as they said, to be honest.
Can be something minor.
Yeah, exactly. Or they are getting rid of bad people. That's what someone said. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, the situation now is, I mean, as any country that was in a conflict for 14 years, it will take a long time to recover.
Yeah, of course.
I would say that I was hoping that situation would be different. I'm someone who, like, maybe I don't know. I have this ideal way of thinking about how the situation should be in Syria. And especially because I studied international law.
Yeah, it's like what we study. There are theories.
Exactly.
There are like, there is material that also, I don't know if this is like, I'm also studied sociology. And I'm into like this field as well, that you could imagine a community or a society, how is it? And what is really like after healing, how they can grow up, where they get, so really.
So for me, I was like, but like, why this is not happening? Why, all the stuff that I studied and read about, and also about transitional justice and how things should be done. And then you see in the reality that it's not what you're expecting or what you're hoping for. I try to be understanding of how difficult it would be for now to recover and to do things in a correct way. But at the same time, I would say that I'm frustrated, I'm disappointed, I'm angry a lot of times. Because
it's not easy.
It's not easy. And for me, the revolution was kind of the best and the most noble thing that happened in Syria. And it will feel really sad if it didn't achieve the goals.
What it's meant to.
Exactly, and especially that we lost a lot of people. It cost us like this. I mean, the country is, as I said, is destroyed, and the people that we lost, whether they have been killed or they have been like
displaced. Syrians have been displaced all over around the world, and really across. I feel like it wasn't just that their immigration happened. first 2 years of the revolution. No, it was continuous.
Exactly.
Really, like 13 years of the Syrians are just leaving and displaced all over.
Yeah, I mean, because at the beginning we were fleeing from like bombing and so especially after the Russian intervention in Syria. Also, it has been really bad. And then in the last few years, I think a lot of people were also fleeing because of the fear of being arrested, being tortured to death. So during all these years, I don't think there was a moment where people feel like, oh, it's safe to go back, or it's safe to live there even. So for me, yes, like we've been through all this. We deserve to have a country where we respect human rights, where we respect human dignity, and
But
where
Syria, it gets back to how it was, before. It's like, for me, what we read or what we also know about Syria is what we watch in the Syrian series, like, I don't know, like Green Syria, so like a rich country, like rich with resources. Its people are super nice, super chill. They're just happy, their life.
I would say, to be honest, I would hope that we will be even better, because I think even then, even before the revolution, like I think that the government were they were in control of a lot of Syria, like the Syria resources, economy-wise, but also as freedoms and like. I don't think Syrians were like enjoying human rights. We did have a lot of political prisoners. We did have a lot of detention centers that were full of people. I mean, they've been tortured and arrested, but it was because we were so oppressed. No one was talking about it.
Yes.
And then it was really clear after the start of the revolution, and then I think the whole world were able to see to what extent the situation was bad in Syria, and to what extent the regime would go, they would commit the most horrific crimes just to stay in power. So yeah, I feel like now I'm optimistic, but at the same time, I'm genuinely scared and angry. I feel like this is my main, unfortunately, the feeling that is like, the most... the one that I have all the time is like just being angry. When I read any news about something bad happening in Syria, I just feel angry. Again, it's out of being really scared that we would lose what we achieved by the fall of the regime. And
maybe also, like, I don't know, for me also, I don't like the external interventions that
Definitely.
come from the countries just to serve their own interest.
Definitely.
That they are not at all interested in really protecting or saving the Syrian people. No, they just interfere because they have ambitions, I don't know, to reach for gas, for water, for petrol, for these kind of stuff.
So that's also a huge fear for us. Like
they find it an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have to say it's now Syria is like a cake, and everyone wants part of it. Want a piece of it.
Yeah.
And I think it's our responsibility as Syrians to just keep our eyes on what's happening, keep criticizing, keep saying our opinions. I think this is now, it's way more important than any time before to just keep monitoring what's happening. And I do have a lot of hope and believe in the Syrian people. Like, what we have been through is horrible, but also that we still have hope, and we are still strong, and we want to work, and we want to rebuild our country, and we want to do this and that. So that's, I think, for me, it's like, I'm so proud to be honest, to be Syrian and to be part of this amazing people who are trying despite everything.
Wow, that's very nice to hear. Really, in the times that, I don't know, as someone watching like the news from outside, or I'm not also Syrian, seeing that all what we hear about is the divisions, people, how people are scared from the consequences of the fall of the regime, or like what's happening in Syria recently. Just people like from outside, they're giving you the image that they're okay. They are scared. However, like for me, as you said, like I believe in something what doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And I feel we all witnessed the Syrians when they came to Europe, how much they changed and they built here. So that does mean if they have the opportunity to do this in their country, they're going to do it double and triple than what they did here.
True. And I do believe that, like, as you said, the recent events in Syria were awful. And I think it was really emotional yeah, it was really sad to witness such a thing happening after the fall of the regime, because I was hoping that, yeah, after the fall of the regime, we are done with killing, we are done with arresting people. And we are, yeah, you know, I was hoping that now it's the time for just recover from all this and get rid of all these awful practices that the regime used to do. But I still think that as Syrians, as long as we are able to see and criticize and say like, no, this is wrong and this does not represent us, and keep trying to work on the principle that we believe in, like about accountability, justice for all victims. It will take time. It will take time.
Yeah.
I know for sure it will take time, and it's tricky. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation. I just, yeah, I think I don't have the privilege of not being hopeful.
Yeah, of
you know,
course, really, yeah.
It's the only way that I can do it now.
Yeah, and I think really, I know it's really like tough, hard times for us, like now where we come from, but this will not last forever.
Yeah.
And any like how we say, like bad power, it has limits. I feel like they would never like their, I don't know, like I really remember very well when the Syrians, like the happiness of the Syrians in the moment that the regime fell. This said a lot, really, especially for the Syrians who are in Europe, like the videos in Germany, in the Netherlands. Really, like it just, I feel it said a lot about like, okay, because they maybe some people, they think if the Syrians came to Europe 12 years and then okay, they forgot about Syria, and just now like they are like, how we say, living here their best life, and they just forget about it, and then they realize that this is never going to be the case.
Yeah, no.
Like it's never like this. Yes, like we come here because we are seeking life. Yeah, I want to live and survive, but it doesn't mean that we are.
Yeah, no.
I mean, gonna return, or we're serious out of our thoughts.
Yeah, you know? Never. I think for us, we will always be Syrians. Yeah. I know it's a curse. I would say, to be honest, it takes a lot to be Syrian. But still, I think we will always feel like, yeah, we are Syrian, and Syria is a priority. And you can see it now after the fall of the regime. Of a lot of people want to visit Syria. They want to move back. They want to do all, like they are living in Europe, but they're thinking, what can they do for Syria? What kind of businesses? What kind of I don't know, contribution that we can do to help rebuild the country? Again, like, yeah, we are, I mean, happy and grateful that I'm always will be grateful. I will always be grateful for being in the Netherlands and being Dutch now. But inside me, I'm Syrian, and I think that's something. Even I think it's better to be like that. It's who I am. It's my identity.
Right.
And I think it's also bring a lot to the Dutch community. You know, like to all, like for us to stick to our tradition and our identities. So yeah, I think that's also for a lot of Syrians. It's hard to take Syria out of our heart.
Yes, exactly.
It's really hard. No, we cannot. Yeah.
Okay, that's really nice. And also you mentioned that you married a Dutch person.
Yes.
I was actually surprised with because I know, like, maybe for us, like as Arabs, I know like our families, they could be a bit conservative, you know, like even sometimes, like in my family, it would be not from out of my family or out of my city. However, I did it, and I went also to another country, but it's still like Arab. But I think it took time, really, like that for the family to build the trust that okay, this person is gonna take care of our daughter, or but how was your experience that you're like with the Dutch?
As I said, I met him in the refugee reception center, and that was it was good because my family were also living there. So we met my husband, Florian. As a family, we met him all together. So from the beginning. And he's really, I mean, I don't want to be like cringe or something, but he's a really nice guy. And he and his family are really, really, I think, an amazing representation of Dutch people. They are they are very generous, very kind. They are like willing to, I don't know, to listen and hear and understand our tradition, but also, I don't know how to explain it. But for example, in my wedding, because I wanted, of course, a Syrian traditional wedding, but we also wanted the Dutch part, Dutch side of it. So his family were really nice. They have so in Dutch weddings they do a lot of performance. So they sing, or they will play music, or do something. Like, it will be really personal. So the family will do it. They will not bring, an artist.
People say, or like bands like us. We bring bands like.
Exactly. No, they will do it themselves, and they even write the songs, and the songs will be about the bride and the groom, and that's what they did. So it was really, really beautiful. So we had that Dutch part, but also we had the arada. It's like a Syrian traditional thing, and they were really happy. They were dancing with them and stuff. So I think for me it was really nice to see like these two parts in our wedding, and it's also in our lives till now. And we started the conversation between me and Florian about Islam. He was really interested in that, and we started talking about it. And after a few years, he converted to Islam. And during this time, also my family were like, we had a lot of meetings with him. My dad used to take him to the mosque. He fasted with us, I think, before he became Muslim, he fasted with us in Ramadan. And as I said, he's a really nice person. So it's really easy to communicate with him and to have a trust in him. And he also really interested in Syria, in the politics and the culture and the society. So that also make it easier. So for me, I don't feel like I need to explain a lot.
Right, like he's interested and he's learning.
Exactly, yes. And I think this is the key. Like if someone is really interested and he's willing to learn,
then they will make efforts, and it's also make it easier for you, because I know it's not really easy to have someone from another culture. There's always differences. I always say, like in the wedding, it can be really different.
Yes, yeah.
And some families can be hard, like to merge these like two differences. But if really people are willing.
Exactly. Yeah.
From the two families, then it becomes so nice.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I was lucky, to be honest, that he and his family were really willing, as I said, to listen. And it was really cute to planning the wedding, because we had a lot of meetings before, and we were talking about it and what we want. And I also explained to them what Sa'arada is, because I don't want them in the wedding to be like, okay, people with the swords and stuff, and they were like,
they would be scared. They think it's something violent. So
exactly, what is happening. So I had to show them and explain to them what's this and why we do it and all this type of things. But it was really cute. I feel like I introduced them to Syria. So that's also was really nice.
Have they been to Syria or?
His grandparents actually went to Syria, I think. I would say in the early 2000, I think. And they have like a very beautiful album. He showed me when they went to Palmyra, went to Damascus, and I have all these photos. And it was so to be honest, was so beautiful and funny, because he was telling me that in a lot of the photos you see Bashar al-Assad a photo in the background, and he was telling me you go to museum and then you see why
his pictures
there. So that also was really funny, but I think that also make it easier, because they traveled a lot, so they know they get introduced to a lot of cultures, and
then they are open.
They are open.
Really,
exactly.
the idea of being just open to to other cultures, to other people, because really something different is not easy, and not everyone can everyone can accept,
No.
And then how many years has he been Muslim?
I would say 5 years, 4 years or 5 years, something like that. But to be honest, he's great Muslim, if I can say that. He's really he's not only interested, I think he really wants to learn. So he's studying Arabic, he's studying fiqh, tafsir, hadith.
So he speaks Arabic well.
He speaks Fusha, so that's also we always laugh about it, because he said why you don't speak Fusha? I was
also Syrians. It is nice if someone speaks Fusha. It feels like the education. Hype. But it's just if we're speaking our own dialect, it's just funny.
It's funny for him Fusha is more because he's studying grammar and stuff, so it's just easier. But to be honest, I am always impressed by how much he is interested in Islam and how much he wants to learn and also implement it in his life, and also that he wants to teach other people, to get them inspired, share his story with them. And I feel when I think about it, I feel like it's how life is.
How
it's
how your destiny, القدر.
Yes, subhanallah, to leave Syria, to go to Egypt, then come to the Netherlands, and then meet Florian, and it's I don't know. It's I would never imagine that.
That's right,
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe it's also like, it's like I believe in النوايا, like على نواياكم ترزقون, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, maybe like when you were a child, you imagined that you really wanted something
Maybe.
similar. But that's really interesting. Okay, how did your extended family see this marriage, maybe? Because if the parents are okay, then I think it's done, it's easy. But also we are also tied to the extended family. I don't know, maybe for me, like in Palestine, they would be like, they would ask my dad maybe, oh, how did you... I heard it a lot, really, even like to marrying a Moroccan. It happened to my mom, for example, saying to her, and I was with her, and they would tell her, oh, how your heart allowed you to let your girl go away, or how come you're sending your girl far west. However, like Morocco is not far.
Yeah.
The world is very connected these days.
Yes, yeah.
But really, for the week that I returned, and everyone is seeing my mom and knowing the news that I'm getting married to a Moroccan, they just really like ask her and my dad, are you really sure that you want to send your daughter to like another country?
Yeah.
Did you have something similar in your
I don't know why,
family?
but I think in my case, everyone was so excited about it because, I think for a lot of my family, the main concern was like, is he Muslim and is he a good Muslim and is he's become Muslim because of you or he really want to be Muslim? And that's why I was like sharing with them a lot, like photos of him. For example, he's going to the mosque because he's wearing galabiya, and or for example, I don't know, we were like cooking something and he's like, we're doing yabra, so he's like doing the
like Liabra also, like he's like bilaf, yani.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know how to say that, but like, he's so he's also helping in the Syrian dishes and stuff. So I always, and I think my parents also did that, share with them like to what extent he is really
can be trustworthy.
Exactly, and that he is interested in Islam and that he is really also interested in the Syrian culture. So we also like his drink matte and stuff. So yeah, I think for a lot of people they were like, we need to give him the Syrian nationality. He's one of us now. So even when I went to Syria, he didn't go with me. And everyone was like, why he's not with you? They were angry at me. Like, we were expecting Florian to come, and like everyone was like really looking forward to meet him. So now we definitely will go together.
Nice.
But I think it's really I don't know. I think I also was lucky about that. But I think I also tried to keep my extended family also informed about what he's doing and why we are getting married, and that I really like him. Maybe they also thought it's kind of the same, but they didn't share it with me. I don't know.
Maybe because you're also abroad with your family. I feel like sometimes maybe because you're here with your family.
Oh, that's also
it would
true.
Make them feel like safer. True. For me, I'm alone here, so they would think that. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. And I don't know how much recorded. Okay. We're good. Okay, I think I asked you. Okay, so the idea of Talks and Cakes. So we talks, and I find it really interesting to talk about these things that we talked about. But also I ask you, what is your favorite cake? Because the idea like that I would also make your favorite cake.
Yes,
for this episode. And you don't have any favorite cake in general?
I do love all cakes. No, I just I love sweet stuff. For me, any cake would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
so for today, I have like chocolate beetroot cake and another Brazilian cake that I didn't actually make.
Okay.
But they're both tasty, so...
Yes, let's do that.
Feel free. So this is mine and this is the Brazilian one.
Okay, let's start with
imported,
yours.
I think.
بالصحة. شكرا.
حبيبتي. That's really, I feel like what's inspired me a lot is just reading your story. And are you still in the storyteller? Like, what kind of stories you're interested to tell?
So, well, basically, I tell stories about my family, my country. It started when I was in the Azazay, and as I said, you have a lot of free time. And then I joined course in a place called the Voorkamer. I think it's a really amazing place in Utrecht. And there I followed course called storytelling. And at the beginning, I had no idea what does that mean. I just wanted to go because I have free time. And then I found out it's like similar to the concept of hakawati that we have in our countries, where someone just sit and tell stories to audience. And I think the first theme was about traveling, and then you need to have a story about that theme. And when I started thinking about it, and I just started to think about the story and the structure of the story and stuff like that. And then I found it really nice. And it felt, to be honest, in a certain extent, like it's like a therapy, because you start to think about your life, and you put that in structure. And I don't know, for me, it was really nice to rethink of the past and what happened, and what that story bring to me, to Dima now. Yeah. And also I found out that it's a very nice way to tell people about my country in an artistic kind of way. So I don't have to give them a presentation about Syria and what we do there.
It was something that's like overwhelming.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Like something sad, like.
Yeah.
No, it's just like
it was just like, let's join us for like 20 minutes. I'll tell you a story about my family, and through the story you will learn a lot about Syria, about our tradition, about what happened during the war and why we are here, and also what we are trying to do here as refugees.
Right.
So it was like a really nice way to also make people think of refugees as a human beings with the stories, and that also we had good life in Syria. I mean, that we were forced to leave because of the war and all that. And I started to do that more and more with different stories.
Like raising awareness.
Exactly.
It's really important for us because sometimes the world goes blind.
Yeah.
Over what people suffering is. Really, that they know that people in that country, they're suffering. But really the world decides to be blind and to ignore the suffering of the people. So really they don't help.
Exactly.
But with the stories, they kind of create empathy as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's different from like, I don't know, like reading a post on Instagram saying, we have, I don't know, 10,000 refugees or something.
Yeah.
And then when you listen to a story of one of these people, and also sometimes I talk about like the situation in the Azazil, how it was. And then people will be like, okay, so we didn't know that, for example.
Yeah.
Or like to what extent the politics and sometimes I think the hate speech and the I don't know, like the
like the negativity
that
it is,
exactly, and
that
how
exists,
it could affect our lives as refugees here in the Netherlands, that refugees that trying to rebuild their life, they're trying to bring something also to the country here. So it was really nice because a lot of times after I finished the story, people will come to me and they will be like, oh my God, that's really beautiful, like to learn about Syria, but also to learn about you. Or sometimes they will be like, you're really strong. And so it's like also...
It's something that supports you. It's something that lifts you up.
Exactly.
I feel like this is really like we miss. I feel like because since we're going through a lot, we miss the idea that, sometimes we need people just like to say like, hey, you did a good job, or you're amazing, or something like this. So people, when they hear your story, like this.
Yes. Because I think we go through a lot, and not only me, I think people went through even worse situation than me. So you feel like it's the normal to keep fighting and to be in that state. But then when people say like, no, you're really strong to be able even to talk about it and feel like, oh, it is really, maybe it's really
worth it.
Yeah. So I tell stories about that, about home, about my mom.
Okay, tell us a story about your mom.
Because my mom is like any other Arab mom, she has a very strong personality. And I always tell these stories about when we first went to Amsterdam, and we went accidentally went through this red light street. So, and my mom reaction there, and like how she was genuinely scared, and she was like she was scared that we will...
It's a shock.
It is shock. Like, I mean,
it's also a cultural shock.
It is
really.
So but I think recently the last story I shared, it was also about my mom, but about how we both experienced traveling and how it's affected our lives, and even though I thought like I'm kind of different than my mom and stuff, but then when I was telling the story and when I was thinking about it, I found out that we have a lot of similarities, and that's why I'm saying it's kind of therapy also, because we start to think
generations, and we're carrying from our mom, and our mom is carrying from her mom. And yes, of course, like we advance. I really believe that. Really, we advance. We go ahead because our experience, it forces us to move forward. not like the times for our mothers are different from our times. But it's really interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Like...
So it was nice. I told the story, and my mom was in the first row. And yeah, in a certain point, she was crying, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Really?
Because I think I said stuff that I never said it to her face, like how proud I am of all the things that she went through, and how strong she is, and how she's keep fighting for her children, even in a country that is so different from what she used to. So it was also the story for me. It was a way to tell my mom what I want to say without, because I think for me it's difficult to say it,
Yeah. Same. I think for us with our families, maybe it helps that we're not really like so much open emotionally to share really how we feel and all of this. I think it takes time to express. Maybe it's the way that how we have been raised, even for them as well. Like I was always blaming my parents, why did you do this? Why you have missed this? Like, or judging them that they lacked something. But then no, I realized that they didn't receive it. Like what I'm asking them to give it to me, they didn't receive it. So because they didn't receive it, they don't know how to give it. If they received, yes, of course, because what they received, they are giving. But if they didn't receive, maybe how to open how to...
True.
Yeah. And I think it was for our generation, we had the opportunity to open up more about how we feel.
Yes, yeah.
Like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But that's really interesting because also we have this like saying in Arabic that the girl is very close to her mom.
Yeah.
Also to her dad.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like with our mom, like we bond as well differently.
Yeah, yeah.
That she become our best friend.
She is, yeah. True. Yeah. So I mean, I try to do that. So I just like love telling stories, and it's
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, that's really nice. And have you done anything with the human rights activism? Like,
so beside my works now, I mean, we actually like recently started an initiative, me and a group of Syrians. And what we're trying to do is to raise awareness about politics and about like important concepts. For example, in Syria, about transitional justice and constitution, voting, all this type of things. But also we focus on the politics in the Netherlands. So I'm part of an initiative called We Rise, and in this initiative, we started with a session about Syria, about transitional justice, and about what can we do as Syrians here living in the Netherlands to Syria, and what can we expect from that. And also we had sessions about the politics in the Netherlands. So we started with municipality and then province and then parliament, because it's really different from what we used to. And people can vote in all these three stages, and each institution has a different influence in your life as a Dutch person. So we thought it's really important to learn and to understand these institutions, how we can be involved in it, what should we expect, and all that. And now after the summer, we will also focus on again about Syria, especially after what have been happening in Syria. We think now it's more important than ever to talk about our identity as Syrians and how we can work together to move from this step, from what's happening now, to talk about human rights, to talk about democracy, what type of country, what type of government system we want in Syria. And I think it's really nice because we are offering this space where people can speak in Arabic, they can speak in their mother tongue, exactly, so they can be able to express themselves. But also we always have someone expert that can give the information,
some guides or
exactly
some
the guide.
Information.
I think that's what I have been busy with lately, besides my job, because I feel like this is really important. And we have a lot of stuff coming up.
And I think really you have this leadership spirit that you really like to lead. I have really interest.
I think as a Syrians living here, you start to feel like, I want to do something, and when I think me and other people in the group, because we also had the opportunity to learn here and to be involved in situations where we learn a lot. So it feels like we also our responsibility to spread this information to other people.
Right.
And especially, we have like elections coming, and we think it's important that Syrians also be part of it, to go vote and to understand like your vote, how it could influence your life.
In the Netherlands?
Yes,
or?
In the Netherlands, and also maybe in the future we will have also elections. So unfortunately, we didn't have a democratic experience in Syria before. So we also need to learn about how political parties works and how we can be involved in that and how can we express our opinions in a peaceful way. So it's all of the things that I think we need to learn about it, and we need to know how to, work with it.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, this clicked a question. What do you think about the Netherlands posing the asylum seeking system? I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure if it's posed for Syrians or it's posed for everyone. I think my knowledge is it's posed for everyone, that they don't take refugees from
I think
anywhere.
like specifically after the fall of the regime, there was posing on the asylum applications. And it's come from the idea, as I said, like because before the fall of the regime, people were fleeing because of the regime and its oppression. But after the fall of the regime, they want to reassess the situation in Syria. And after that, they said, okay, the situation is still not safe, but I think now the focus will be on individual cases and why you think that Syria is not safe for you specifically. Now it's way more difficult than before, I would say that. I think it's totally unfair, to be honest, in my opinion.
Of course.
Because a lot of Syrians, they fled from Syria before the fall of the regime. So for them, they flee because the situation in Syria was awful, and you have the regime there. They came to the Netherlands, and then they had to wait almost 1 year, or I know people who have been in the Azazeh for more than like a year, just waiting. And then during this time, the regime fell in Syria. A huge event happened, and a new government, a new group of people now controlling Syria. And then if you ask me, okay, why this situation will be dangerous for you, I don't know. This group of people were in control of like areas in the north of Syria.
Of course.
And so it's for me, it does not make sense that.
And still, there is nothing solid there that will guarantee safety for the people.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's also just recent and still continuous. People, it's the way that, like what is happening. I feel like also Israel is not like, how we say, like they're not, whenever they take an opportunity, they're bombing Damascus, they're bombing Aleppo, they're just bombing wherever they have an opportunity to do.
Less than a month, they did target Damascus, and it was on live TV. I mean, I think everyone saw it when Israel. So you can say, okay, I'm from Damascus is safe, but then suddenly, okay, they just bombed in the middle of Umayyad Square, and it's a very I don't know how to say it, but like in a very active place where a lot of civilians walking around. And they just did that, and no one did anything to them. And I mean, we already witnessing what's happening in Gaza, and I don't think also anyone is unfortunately doing anything about it.
No, neither Gaza. Like I feel like really in the Middle East we are living an era. I feel like my personal perspective, like we have two choices. Either these divisions gonna increase much more and they will divide us more and more according to sects or religions, and then like what serves the US interest on like stealing our resources. Or it's just people they will have, but maybe this would require, this is part of the hope that people would have awakening moments, then they will wake up that Bilad al-Sham, it was like all really like one country, and really like people of Bilad al-Sham, like they're like they're united. We are like, our enemies are out, and we're really living the life that our ancestors have been living in the past. I know that we have never kind of like been really free from colonization.
Yes, unfortunately.
They are always colonizing, and there's an opportunity, but still, I feel according to generation, colonization will never last forever. Like,
and I think now a lot of people are realizing this reality, and they realize that we need to unite it, and that is the only solution. And and I'm also happy that now the West is also seeing that. Unfortunately, it's a bit late, but
Right.
you know,
But yeah, maybe it's better. How say like?
yeah,
It's better now. It's better late than never.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, that's why I still really see hope. You know that the
I don't,
U.S. greed in the Middle East, it has limits.
Mm-hmm.
Their greed will never
yeah,
last
definitely.
forever. And for us as well, now all of our experience is creating generations. I'm sure,
Yeah.
like you, there is, I don't know, another million of Syrians who are also thinking the same.
Yes, yeah.
You know
yeah.
that yes, now it's our opportunity to be really like. Really, I saw this like on so many and so much like on social media, how people are happy and really looking for a free Syria, not
Yeah.
really like the image that maybe it was like the West and the colonizer or like the enemy trying to let the people from outside see that, oh, now this is an opportunity for more divisions or chaos to happen in Syria. But no, actually, like I saw different stories on
Yeah.
from like people reaction.
Yes,
Really,
yeah.
people reacted differently. Like
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's about really our freedom. It's the freedom that we paid blood
Yeah.
for 12 years,
Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah, yeah. And I think as Syrians, we realize that we only can count on each other.
Yeah.
And I still, again, yeah, as you said, I still have hope and faith that Syrians will be able to work together to make the change that we really was hoping and working, and as you said, cost us a lot.
Yeah. Really, like a lot of people, a lot from the country has been destroyed. The people also were building. But yeah, I think even though we still keep hope.
Yes, yes.
Really, we still keep hope, and we also
Yes.
keep doing what we are doing.
Yeah.
So really, thank you, Dima.
Thank
I'm
you.
very inspired of everything you said today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And it really like will make me return really with so much hope that it's really nice. It's very rare that I meet with people from Syria and like we have like we're crossing similar routes.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to the Syrian restaurant, so
Yes.
connect to the Syrian supermarkets, but not really like having a conversation like this. So I feel really like very grateful and very nice that I had
happy
this
to hear that.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Really, and I hope that we can record another episode with different story, with more news, good news.
Hopefully, yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So really, thank you.
Thank you, and a very tasty cake, by
you
the
like
way.
it?
Yes, I like it.
Yeah. Okay, I will bake for you.
Thank you.
Really, I will bake for you always.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
You
Appreciate
also
that.
share with me like your favorite flavors. And
Yes.
we can create cake with
Thank you.
this.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you. This is the end of our episode.
Thank you.